Let's really get into it.
Well, they call me YDG GONFIXIT. I'm
Go
like
fix it. I'm talking about gonna feel it. Oops.
I'm like the maintenance man when it comes to the music industry. When it comes to songs, recording, quality sounds, beats, music itself. You know?
Okay. I can do
They call me, like, in the city where I'm from, Atlanta, Georgia. They call me, you go to the studio, you might have a bad session with the engineer that was recording, and you might feel like he didn't do your song right. So they'll call me, hey, YDG, I need you to fix this. I specialize in mixing, creating a sound for a song, creating a new wave for the artist itself.
Okay, YDG gonna fix it.
Facts, that's me.
So, what did you do before the music?
Let's see. All right, so I guess I gotta give you the rundown from the end. All right. Second grade to ninth grade, I was in a band. I played all the instruments. I learned how to read and write music, compose music. So ninth grade hit, I started making beats. I grabbed a computer. I was interested in computers. I was supposed to be like hacking or accounting work, but when I got out of the band, I grabbed a computer and I started making beats. And in the midst of me teaching myself how to make beats, I started teaching myself how to record and engineer beats. So I'm rapping at the same time. I rap a couple bars and start playing with all the effects and see what it do. I ain't get to go to school for engineering or production, but I self-taught myself. I sat in the house every day, got on mom dude's nerves, got on the neighbor's nerves. I got the music loud every day, every car pass by, they hear beats. They hear my beats. It's like, it got to the point they all got comfortable. The neighborhood comfortable. They had to go sit outside, sit there and just listen to me play beats all day, making beats all day. So it led to 2013, I met Pee Wee Longway. I linked up with Pee Wee Longway. We did the James Bond song called James Bond. And then we went from there. Like, I became his in-house producer, engineer. Then I ended up linking, collabing with Young Thug, Migos, Rich Homie Quan, Schoolie, Jose Guapo, J Money, Rocco, a lot of names.
Wow, that's impressive for you to be self-taught, but you are coined as the most undervalued super producer in my, we're gonna call it what it is, super producer out of here. But you just said a long laundry list of names of people that you've worked with. So do you still consider yourself like one of best kept secret?
Yeah, you can say that. I'm like the last breed. I ain't went nowhere. I had to learn the business. I say around 2015 and 16, I don't want to say I went under the radar because I was still, rocking with independent artists. So I kind of fell back a little bit on the major artists so I can learn the business. Because I really hopped out. I just hopped off the porch, hot, going crazy, don't know nothing. I ain't got my business taken care of. Just hot, just putting out hot product. So, when you see them checks start rolling in, and you get to wonder, like, am I supposed to get something behind it? So, I had to fall back and learn the business. I couldn't get mad about it.
Right.
See, a lot of people, they got to realize, like, this is an entertainment business. So you jumping into the entertainment business, you got to learn the business before you just, because if you just, and you don't know what's going on, you're going to be nigga lost like, God, man, I want 10,000 for this, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
You nigga lost.
Right.
So to prevent that, I try to encourage all my clients on the engineering and production side and all my fellow artists that I work with to, learn the business, man. Make sure your business straight before you go to releasing music and this and that, blah.
I like that. I like that you said that, and I didn't even have to ask you that. You done learn some lessons, huh?
That one time taught me a lot.
So, what rapper or producer inspired your wild and creative side?
I gotta say Jazzy Faye. Like, when I was growing up, I used to listen to a lot of Jazzy Faye's beats. And I don't know how, but I don't know, it just used to, Jazzy Faye always been a feel-good music type of person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it touched me every time I heard it. And it made me want to go ahead. I felt like I can do it. Like I was too, you know the old toys they used to buy? You spin, it's round. Mm-hmm. You pull the little stick and it's spin in the middle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's, I used to take that is that toy, a tape recorder, and I got the stereo box with the music playing. And I sit there recording it like I'm a DJ, like I'm doing something. I don't know what I'm doing. I just feel like I'm making music. But I was like 2-3 years old. I wish then they had the cameras, where we could have that footage. That would have been amazing. Like, what was it like? How old is that baby sitting up there thinking he a DJ? That was amazing. Yeah.
Well, look at you now. So it paid off.
Yeah, it definitely did.
I like that you took into account about the records. Like, that's just so important in your line of work to kind of mix all elements of music. So with that being said, what sets you aside? You're a super producer just because you just have so much going on. And then you're a writer and a rapper on top of that. What sets you aside from other producers?
You said what
sets you aside?
What sets me aside from other producers is I actually take the time out to make a create, I feel like music comes off of reality in a way. You just gotta create it different. Like you can't make music reality, but you gotta paint a picture. Artists. Artists paint pictures, artists create music, artists create. So when it comes to music, like as a producer, I create my own sound. So I try to tell a lot of people there's no offense against you or your music or this and that. I just don't want to confuse the sound that I'm creating with yours. Mm-hmm. So in the future, I don't want nobody, YDG sound like Beethoven? It's going to happen regardless because the way the entertainment business is, it's a recycle. But I take 10, I feel like that would make me stand out because of that. I was in the band. I know how to read and write music, and I do it from the heart more. It's not really about the spotlight. Of course, I want to get paid, but that ain't what I'm putting it all into for. It's the craft itself. It's just love of music.
The culture. Okay, I can dig it. So tell us about your newest single, They Love Me, They Love Me Not.
I kind of wrote that. I freestyled that song. I keep saying I wrote it. Of course, I'm the creator, but I freestyled it, and I felt like I was in my feelings, because I felt like you got your circle. They gonna rock with you. They gonna push you. They gonna pull up this and that. But then you got nobody that's gonna be there when it's time. Like when that time really come, we got a show tonight. Nobody. Wow. Show tonight. Nobody. Interview. Nobody. But hey, bro, pull up. I'm at the studio chilling. I got such and such and pull up. Okay, I'm on the way, bro. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But when it's something important, there's nobody there. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yeah, they love me not, right? So I ended up recording the song. Like I was thinking about the she loved me now. I want to do something different. So I mixed it with they. I switched she to they. And the music is in the song itself. I created it to where it's like a lot of artists or a lot of people can relate to what I'm saying because of the situation itself. Mm-hmm. Somebody done been through something and this what I just said happened, this what I just said happened to them. So it's a relative song.
Right. It really is. I mean, but you know, doing what you're doing, you get used to being the one man show, obviously.
Right.
Like, look at
But
you in the.
I like to share though. You know, I love sharing. I say I like to share. I love sharing. And so I give the sauce away all the time.
Well, here's another question, and I'm glad you said that. You wrote on your Instagram page, keep hustling but remain humble. What does that mean to you?
No matter what happens, good or bad, don't stop. Keep going. Like, if you get $1 million record deal today, and I'm talking to you, my artist, who I'm recording. If you get $1 million record deal tomorrow for that song you just recorded, don't stop making good music like that. Keep going. Or if you perform or you drop this song and it don't go up, it don't do nothing, don't stop making good music. Keep going. That's what, you know what I mean?
I like that.
That's what.
Everything is an educational moment. I can dig it. So you have an artist. Tell me about what you have going on right now.
I got a lot of artists. Like, I'm an artist myself now. You know, I'm 8 years in the game as a producer and engineer, so now I'm pushing as an artist. My name, YDG, I'm pushing it to become a brand. What the brand is gonna do is develop artists, develop producers, develop engineers, photographers, videographers, graphic artists, designers, whatever the talent may be. We're gonna help you brand it. We're gonna help you develop your talent. We're gonna help you develop your skills. We're gonna teach you the business. We're gonna show you in and out shortcuts instead of you taking the long route and getting disappointed.
That's right.
Give you some practice that's kind of hard to get out here.
I'm sorry?
I said we're gonna give them some plugs that's kind of hard to get out here.
Okay, I can dig it. Like you said, you like to share. That's all a part of it. Do you consider yourself a leader?
Yeah. I don't brag about it, but yeah. Because of I'm not gonna downplay my bros, but they different from me. They more of the. I'm from the hood, right? But I came out the hood. They hood. You can't take it out, but you know you got to know when to act right sometimes, at least.
Facts.
You know?
All right, versatile.
Yeah.
So, what else are you working on in the kitchen? You whipping it in the kitchen. What else you got going on?
I got another single I'm finna release. I got a couple of artists I just produced something for. Like, we got a new major artist named Mad Mark. I just produced something for him and my brother. They plan on releasing it soon. My brother just did a whole project hosted by DJ Plug. It's out. It's called Saved by the Bell by LFM Drip. I'm waiting on Day. Me and Day supposed to be, you know, we did some songs, but he want to kind of, I guess, redo them and touch them up. So I got a variety artist mixtape that I'm working on, trying to put together. I dropped one mixtape with a lot of the major artists called Truly Gifted. It's a red and white artwork with the gift wrap, money bag. Got a lot of your favorite major artists on there, so I'm working on part 2.
Wow. And
the only reason I'm working on it now because it's been so anticipated for the last 3-4 years. Mm-hmm. Like, they like, man, you supposed to be drop there. I'm like, you know, business. Gotta learn that business.
Facts. You get into the bag though, that's for sure. Yeah. Now you get into it. So
1-2 studios. I'm good.
So tell me about your movie scores and the other projects you've worked on.
Movie scores, I haven't got that far yet. I'm interested. If I can, I'm with it. You know, I know I can say about the movies. That's literally how I be thinking when I'm making my beats. Mm-hmm. Like when I'm making a beat, I'm thinking about a scene, like maybe a dramatic scene, maybe an emotional scene, maybe a drama scene. Like maybe a drummer sing, an eagle sing, you know, something horror scene. It don't matter. I be thinking about a specific movie scene. Mm-hmm. Like if something happens, you know, they might just skip and play an underground song. Mm-hmm. That part.
Right, dopeness. Well, you definitely got some flair. So out of your stuff, out of your colorful hits that you got in the catalog, what's one of your favorite anthems or projects?
Is that, okay, I'm gonna ask, is that produced by me or is that written by me?
Both. You can give me two.
Okay. I got to say this single that I just released. Mm-hmm. And there's a song I produced for Pee Wee Longway. It's called Cost to Be Me. It's dope. It's a dope song. We released that song in like 2014, I think. Mm-hmm. But it's a dope song.
What influenced that?
I named the beat Cost to Be Me. I was going crazy with the pianos. He act like when we was recording, he like, "What's your name to beat? Why? What's your name to beat?" I said, "Cost to Be Me. Cost to Be Me." He said, "All right." And he wouldn't sing. Cost to Be Me. We gonna go up with that. It became a good song though. I didn't expect it to do what it did, but
it costs to be you, okay? So, and this is my last question. So, because I know you driving out, you getting to the money. So, the last question is: do you have any merchandise? And then number two, the bonus question: where can our viewers follow you and like cop your music?
I do have merch coming soon. I have the shirts, the gear. I'm actually waiting on one of my brothers from LA to clear this shoe idea. We got a shoe idea. Like, it's crazy. We just trying things. But we got a shoe idea for the gift, like, you know, the emoji, the gift box emoji to match Truly Gifted. The label, you know, we're gonna put it on the shoe. It'll be signed by YDG GONFIXIT. You know? But if anybody wanna book, listen to my music, book beats, or anything, shop it up with me or whatever. You can follow me on all platforms at YDG GONFIXIT. All together.
Thank you. I do have one more. I know I lied. Okay, so you're working with Rob Schwartz, the number one man, the number one stunner. So how did y'all connect and make that happen?
I met Rob through my manager, RIP my manager. My manager just passed in the homicide like a month and a half or two ago. But I met Rob through Buck 50. My manager's name is Buck 50. Buck 50 was a producer from back in the day, producer for Dipset, Jim Jones, Corey Guns, Fat Joe, Remy Ma, all type of people. So, you know, he seen my potential. That's what made him become my manager. For some reason, he kept telling me, "Bro, you act just like me, bro. We're just alike." He from New York, and it's crazy because I love New York. I never been to New York. I always wanted to go. And so by him just passing away, I couldn't go to the funeral because it was like, dang, that would be my first time stepping foot in New York, and I got to go to my best friend's funeral.
Right.
So Rob helping me keep the legacy going, and he like, you know, that was him and my manager was like this. That was best friends. So
well, I'm sorry for your loss. And number two, you're a dope composer. We're gonna say that. Dope composer. You're passionate about what you do. Like, I'm still stuck on you using this as a teaching moment. You know, wheeled over in your chair, like you talking to your kid, like, and this is what you gonna do and what you need to do so I can dig that.
They get lost, and then that once it happened, they be like, "Hey, no, that's why you should have been listening." I interrupted our session to do an interview. You should have been paying attention.
That was important. I love it.
Mhm.
So, for real, my last question. I said it, but for real, what do you want your legacy to be?
You say where do I want?
What do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be. I guess I don't know. I don't want to say the greatest of all time because it's too many of those. It's too many of those. I guess it's gonna be YDG gonna fix it.
Already, okay. Already. So thank you so much. Keep shining. Keep doggone creating. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.